Well, the elections to the 5 state assemblies have been completed, the exit polls have come, and it gives a very surprising clear victory for the Congress in Telangana and, of course, in Chhattisgarh. But on Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, the exit polls are divided. So, from the exit polls, what is clear is been a closely contested election, and therefore it has not been a sort of an easy run for the BJP and Prime Minister Modi as well, yet, despite the hectic campaign that was conducted by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister and the entire cabinet. So the traction among the people is not really as they were expecting. And this is not surprising because today we have in India, they put out the GDP growth rates today. RBI has put it out, claiming it's going to be 7.82%, over 7.8% of the last quarter. Our own, the BJP's and the Modi government's own chief statistician, Mr. Sen, has actually said that these figures are the wrong estimate and the GDP cannot be more than 6.5%. Now, this is, in reality, if you look at the situation, last year, according to the Income Tax Department, more than 40,000 corporates have dropped out of paying taxes. That is, they're not paying taxes, which means 40,000 corporates have closed operations. And then now the figure has come out of the FDI flows, and this is by the RBI. The earlier figure is from the Income Tax Department. The RBI has shown between April, September last year and this year, the net FDI inflows into India has dropped by a staggering 77%. So where does this growth rate and what calculations is it coming from? We have the highest unemployment rate India has ever faced. The National Labour Survey has said that 58% of Indians are doing self-employment, and therefore they are not unemployed. Now, this is, no economist can accept this as any objective reality. Unemployment is rising, inflation is rising. We've seen our decline in the global hunger index. So the net result of the people's welfare is that their livelihoods are being excessively burdened. And that is finding a reflection in these elections, and I'm sure that will find a reflection in the coming elections also in a very big way. So this is an important indicator that the growing people's discontent, and on top of it is the sharpening of communal polarization, the spread of vicious campaigns of hate and terror, targeting of the minorities, targeting of women and the marginalized sections, the Dalits and the OBCs and the Adivasis in our country. So all this put together, there is an absolute necessity for a change in the central government in India. The CPIM is committed to further strengthening the India bloc to ensure that the task of safeguarding the character of the Indian Republic, which is the secular democratic character as defined by our constitution, to safeguard democracy and democratic rights of our people, it is imperative that this BJP government led by Mr. Modi must be separated from holding the government and state power. So that is the objective with which the India bloc will work. Once these election results are out, so then the constituents of the India bloc will sit together and plan out the future course of action. That's what I'm saying. I've been saying, let us wait and see. They're divided. Not all exit polls are giving BJP a head there. There are some exit polls that are giving Congress a massive head there. If you look at the entire exit poll list, so they are divided. But you see, as far as these polls are concerned, remember, I'm talking of very old times. Our good old R.K. Lakshman, in his famous cartoons, he once he had a cartoon on when the polls were exit polls and festivology was just beginning in the country, and so therefore it's a old time cartoon. And in that cartoon, a husband comes home and tells his wife that I made a mistake in stamping the ballot paper. Those days you were stamping the ballot. I stamped it in the wrong box. The wife starts scolding him, saying that why did you do this? He said, don't worry, don't worry. I corrected myself in the exit poll when I was coming out. So you understand. So exit polls in our country, all the polls, you take them with a pinch of salt. But the indication is very clear that these two states, they are divided, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. The other two states, clearly, all the polls have given it for the Congress. I mean, after 50 years in Indian politics, I hesitate to anticipate or project. I wait for the reality.
Winning chances in the parliamentary election.
I'm sorry?
India Alliance have a winning chance in the parliamentary election.
Yes. Yes, we have.
What is the reason?
I just told you the reason is growing people's discontent on all scores, on their livelihood mainly, on their social harmony, on the survival. And today, we salute, CPIM has saluted our rat miners for what has been achieved by rescuing those workers in the Uttarkashi tunnel, which all your modern technology failed. And who are these rat miners? All of them, in fact, almost all of them are either Muslims or Dalits. They saved it. That is a clear message. If Indians are united, India prospers.
Including 5 machines for US.
5 machines from the USA, and the international experts saying by Christmas time we will be able to rescue the workers. And what the rat miners have done it in what, 18 hours? So understand the potential that we have and how that is being ruined by this Modi government. That is the reason. In every way, whether it's the unity of the country, unity of our people, livelihood of our people, on every score, you find the Modi government's activities are not in the interest of India and its people. Let us see how it will play out. Now you see assembly elections and parliamentary elections again cannot be what you call correlated one to one. Now the need and the desire for a better government for the sake of safeguarding India as declared by our constitution, that will be the preeminent issue in the parliament election. So things, don't be surprised. Whoever thought in 1977 Indira Gandhi herself will be defeated in UP, which was Congress's very strong stronghold, like you're saying BJP is today in these states. So it's the people who are the main determinants. They decide. And it's the people's pressure from below that is actually pushing all the opposition parties to come together. People want relief, they want change. Very correctly, fraud cases will come up, and we want to ask the question directly. ED has now registered nearly 6,000 cases in the country. What is the rate of conviction? Tell me, what is the rate of conviction? How many have been convicted out of that? 23. Or nearly 6,000, 23 are convicted. What does it mean? Not even less than 0.5%. What does it mean? It means that it is being misused thoroughly in order to harass the opposition leaders. But the moment that opposition leader leaves his party or her party and joins the BJP, he becomes Satya Harishchandra. There are no corruption cases against them. So what is happening? This is clear cut using the ED CBI to blackmail, brandishment. But genuine cases, we are saying genuine cases of corruption must be caught, and those who are involved corrupt must be punished. But that is not what the BJP is doing. The Aam Aadmi Party's position, and many in Delhi also consider this is actually harassment being done against them. But if there is any merit in that issue of what the corruption is, just bring that out and frame the charge sheet, no? Why is the ED not framing the charge sheet? You've just arrested and kept the Deputy Chief Minister and other ministers in jail. But where are the charge sheets? What are the actual charges? For more than 4 years now, Bhima Koregaon detainees are under UAPA. Till date, there is no charge sheet. 4 years. The Newsclick editor and the founder has been picked up. He is also under UAPA along with one more of the thing. Again, no charge sheet. So what is happening? I mean, this is the worst authoritarian sort of a regime that we are seeing now. If the ED is right, and if there are corruption charges, definitely take action, but produce your charges. That is the reality. They're just that is what people are opposing in Delhi.
You mean it's a political vendetta?
Well, what else? What else would it be?
Economic front. How do you see that? What do you think?
Well, you see, this is all. I mean, this is not an issue between states. This is an overall issue for the country. What I told you earlier, 40,000 corporates dropping out of the income tax bracket. The net, not bracket, when they're dropping out of the net of the income tax. Income tax department says more than 40,000 corporates have not filed their returns because they don't exist anymore. They've left. A 77%, a 71% decline in your net FDI inflows. So those FDI inflows are going somewhere else, no? This is very strange. I mean, there are many strange things that are happening which we don't approve of. You also had that it is Modi ki guarantee coming out in government ads about government programs. Now this is also totally, and during election campaign, during the elections. So the guarantee is by the government of India, is not by any individual. But the government of India's advertisements put it out as Modi ki guarantee. And the Medical Council of India, or the medical district, Dhanvantri has the origin of Ayurveda, supposedly. I mean, that is the belief. And that is replaced. And that is something that's impermissible. I mean, these are government institutions, government associations, and they have to go under the logo of the Ashoka pillars, are 4 lions. That is the official emblem of India. Now, this is what is happening. Everything of the government of India is personalized as that of the Prime Minister, and as though he is doing us a favor. It is the people's money that is being spent on people's programs, and that is the government programs that they are misappropriating for their propaganda benefit, which is something that is not acceptable.
The name ought to also be changed. Instead of India, it is mentioned as Bharat.
All the names are being changed into Hindi.
Just because
That is,
of India.
that is because of India. Maybe that is because of India. That is why the slogan that India Bloc has given is that Bharat Judega. Judega means will unite. Or India Jeetega. That India will win. So that's it. Bharat Judega, India Jeetega. It's got nothing to do with foreign policy. India's foreign policy is changing. It's changed, and we have noted it, we have said it also. India has now become a subordinate ally of US imperialism in the world. And India today has already strengthened the nexus between USA, Israel, and India. USA, Israel, India is the new nexus that has been developing. That is why India ambivalent stand, and completely, as far as we are concerned, wrong stand regarding the Palestinian issue and the Palestinian problem. And India refused to even join for the